Don't make crazy accusations.
At the start of the narrative, a martial artist named Chung Tin-Chi has recently faced defeat at the hands of IP Man, a renowned kung fu master. Following his defeat, Tin-Chi ceases his martial arts training and relocates to a different city with his son in an attempt to lead a conventional life. However, just a few months after settling in, he encounters significant financial difficulties that compel him to take on the role of a hitman for an elderly man named Yuanhua. One day, Tin-Chi decides to leave this perilous job when he realizes he has accumulated enough funds to establish his own business. Yuanhua feels disheartened by Tin-Chi's departure, as he was one of his most skilled assassins, known for adhering to a personal code that prohibited harming women or children. Yuanhua attempts to detain Tin-Chi and challenges him to a duel after handing him his final payment. He informs Tin-Chi that he can depart if he survives the bullet he is about to fire. Before Yuanhua can pull the trigger, Tin-Chi swiftly disarms him, seizing the gun. Shortly thereafter, Tin-Chi encounters another assassin named Sud-Yi, who is famous for his remarkable fighting abilities. However, their confrontation is abruptly interrupted when Yuanhua steps in, commending Tin-Chi for his choice to abandon the life of an assassin. With his past behind him, Tin-Chi opens a small shop in his home and embarks on a more peaceful existence with his son Ao Fang. The scene transitions to a nightclub where a young woman named Nana is using drugs. Once a sex worker, she fell into addiction after being introduced to drugs by a man named So Sai-Kit. Now heavily in debt, Nana finds herself ensnared and exploited by Sai-Kit, a notorious and prosperous drug dealer who intentionally traps his clients in debt to take advantage of them. Sai-Kit operates his business alongside his older sister, Song, and Quan. That evening, Sai-Kit pressures Nana to repay her debt. When she is unable to do so, he threatens to sell her to a gangster. In a state of desperation, Nana reaches out to her younger sister, Julia, for assistance. Meanwhile, Tin-Chi is perusing a toy store, looking for a birthday gift for Ao Fang. Julia visits Sai-Kit's residence and pleads with him to cease supplying drugs to her sister, offering money to settle Nana's debt. However, as Nana and Julia attempt to leave, Sai-Kit demands additional money as interest. Julia refuses, leading to an attack by Sai-Kit's men, forcing her to defend herself. Once the altercation concludes, the police apprehend all parties involved. After bribing a corrupt officer named Thomas, Sai Kit is swiftly released. Julia, Nana, and Tin Chi are also released after several hours of questioning. Sai Kit, however, swiftly seeks revenge. That night, he and his associates set fire to Tin Chi's home. Tin Chi rescues Ao Fang from the flames and then flees from their adversaries. Upon locating Julia, he entrusts Ao Fang to her care while he pursues defeat Sai Kit's henchmen immediately. Tin Chi informs the police that the fire was intentionally set, but Thomas's men claim they found no evidence, labeling it an accident. In reality, Sai Kit has bribed Thomas to fabricate a story about the incident. Following the destruction of his home, Tin Chi and Ao Fang move to Fu's bar, where Julia is employed. Fu allows them to stay as long as Tin Chi works at the bar without pay. Realizing that the law cannot hold Sai Kit accountable, Tin Chi resolves to take matters into his own hands. After overpowering Sai Kit's guards, he incinerates Sai Kit's drug operation. Upon learning of the destruction, Sai Kit becomes enraged and begins plotting his retaliation. Quan advises Sai Kit and his associates against further violence, warning that it could threaten their future business endeavors. Nevertheless, Sai Kit insists on retaliating. Later that evening, Fu and Tin Chi share drinks on the rooftop. Fu reveals to Tin Chi that he is aware of his past and challenges him to a friendly duel. Meanwhile, Nana, still battling her addiction, ventures into a neighborhood in search of drugs and unwittingly falls into a trap set by Sai Kit, who provides her with a lethal dose. Nana succumbs to the overdose before Julia arrives. Fu is enraged and instructs Tin Chi to take revenge on Nana. Quan intervenes when Tin Chi attempts to kill Sai Kit. After severing Sai Kit's hand to avenge Nana's demise and to level the playing field, Quan compels Sai Kit to disclose the location of his drugs. Fu contacts the media to ensure Sai Kit is exposed. Owen bribes the police to plant false evidence in Fu's bar, feeling threatened. Fu is apprehended, but instead of being taken to the police station, he is brought to a hidden location where Owen brutally assaults him. The police claim Fu's death was accidental, but Tin Chi discovers Owen's bracelet and realizes he is responsible for Fu's death. That evening, Tin Chi bids farewell to Ao Fang and approaches Owen. When the police arrive to protect Owen, the crowd rallies behind Tin Chi, demanding Owen's arrest. Commander Thomas initially dismisses the accusations, but the discovery of drugs weakens his claims. The deputy commander orders the arrest of Thomas. As Owen tries to escape, Sudi, hired by Quan, appears and kills him. The narrative concludes with Tin Chi fulfilling his promise to return safely to Aofang and Julia. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Have a nice day.